I think it's always important to have something visible in a church so that even before somebody has talked to another person, they know that this is a place where people are welcome. So it might be having a World AIDS Day service which is being advertised. It might be a piece of artwork to do with HIV and AIDS, but I think that's one place to start, is to have something visible that shows people that they're welcome.
One of the things that, if you walk into my church where you have all the different notices about what's happening and whatever's going on, there's one little A4 lawn flyer. It's together with everything, but on it's got something about, if you need to talk to somebody about HIV, it's got a red ribbon on it, speak to sister so-and-so. And for me, I think that is so powerful because everybody walks in through there and has a look and nobody knows what you're looking at. But for somebody seeing that there, I think it sends out a really powerful message that actually, you know what, you're welcome in this church. And actually you can talk to somebody and you can do it in a way that is comfortable for you. So I think just having subtle messages that it's okay, I think that's really important.
I mean, it's important that HIV and AIDS, you get talked about in church. So, you have leaflets in church. Around World AIDS Day, you make sure that you've got an intercession in the bidding prayers, that you advertise things like the AIDS quilt displays, etc. These are all ways and means of normalising the whole situation.
Personally, I don't want churches to be talking about it endlessly because there's lots of other things going on in the world as well, and it's important to get a balance. But it is important that it is talked about sometimes. And I don't think just once a year on World AIDS Day is necessarily the right way to go about it either. But just as long as church leaders are kind of making their congregation aware that it exists and it's present in our church body, and to be just giving out subtle messages every now and then about how important it is, about how we treat other people.
Because it's only said once in a while, like you say, World AIDS Day, it becomes an annual event. People live with HIV every day of their lives. If we could remember that and incorporate this as we go along, then you will not say, people, let's help the people with AIDS, because it becomes part of life. We are going along with LGBs, we are going along with people living with HIV. That's our life we have. Let's move on. Yeah. But if it's done once in a year, people forget, and then once in a year it comes, oh, you've got to write a speech about this. It becomes an event.
For example, I was in church like a few weeks ago, and someone was wearing a red ribbon. So I was like, oh, like that for me was something that was like unexpected. But I guess the starting point is not having HIV be a taboo issue within the church. I think that is where, that's the first step to any problems we're going to solve. Because once you've broken down that barrier, once you've put humanity, once you put the human in, HIV, then everything else will kind of fall into place. And how to do that, I don't know. I'm a big, fan of stories. So even if it was like, I'm not saying we should have a big church lunch and every HIV positive person should be like, this is my story. But kind of just, it's a way of people to get awareness of what another person's going through, I think.